Jordan Cierra, my friend, singer, and songwriter, has been writing since the age of 10 years old. Growing up, she was inspired by artists like Taylor Swift and Beyonce, and her childhood favorite, Hannah Montana. For Jordan, music was only a hobby, but became a serious passion during the pandemic. Jordan rediscovered her love for music and found confidence in her voice and lyrics. In high school, she joined music ministry, which helped her build even more confidence as a performer. Her musical journey took off in college when she met her guitarist friend Lindsay, and together they began creating music and performing to connect with her community. On June 14th, 2024, Jordan released her first single, Odyssey. Along with other music she shares on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud, she shares covers, original songs, and vlogs under the handle Jordan Cierra Music. What made me love her music so deeply was her relatable lyrics that remind listening ears that we all go through similar experiences, and her lyrics come from the heart. Take a listen to Jordan and her advice that she had to give today. This is Unfiltered Conversations, and I am your host, Layla Simone.
A lot of the times we say such negative things about ourselves, and for me and for my music, especially, I didn't want it to show to other people if I didn't feel confident in something, because I think you can tell when somebody's unsure of themselves or lack confidence, and I feel like for a long time that felt like it was me, and I didn't want to be that person anymore. So it was just kind of okay, what do I need to do to make myself feel better about this? And so it was really just about sharing my work with other people and receiving the love that they gave me and making myself better. And every performance, I'll come off the stage and I'll be how can I do better? I'll ask my friends who are in the audience, I'll be what did you think? At this part I felt a little shaky. Could you notice? Could you tell? And they'll be no, we literally couldn't tell anything. I'm
and that's
perfect. That's
the beauty of doing what you do. It's literally just making sure you carry yourself in a manner that if I do feel like this, you can't even feel that.
And it's so hard too. It's definitely not going to come easily, but I think it's just really about loving yourself, especially enough to make mistakes and not be perfect. And I think allowing myself that grace and that area to, have a voice crack on stage or write a song that I don't feel is my best work, but still sharing it. Taking those steps even when I don't feel 100% about myself and my craft, but keep going. I think that's the biggest advice I would give to anybody. Keep going.
I feel like that is great advice, especially I really picked up on the loving yourself enough to be okay with the mistakes you make.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I struggle with that so badly, and I'm starting to realize that I caused myself a lot of pauses in progress because I decided to be so rough on myself.
Yeah.
Where I could have just been I messed up right here, let it go and move forward. I decided to dwell on it for longer than I should have, which caused any type of progress.
It stunts your growth.
Yeah. And then after you're done feeling bad about whatever it is, it's so hard to pick up that rhythm again to get started with what you were supposed to be doing initially. So I had to realize you do know you're doing this to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the times people they can tell if you feel unsure or something, but a lot of the times they don't know what it's about. They don't know what the mistake is that you feel you made. They don't know. Every time I perform, my hands shake. I get shaky hands so bad. And every time I'm it's just I
do that for presentations.
It's so weird. I can't.
Only presentations where I speak though.
Presentations are so bad. I hate a presentation. I would rather get up and sing the national anthem 4 times than do a presentation on a topic. I'm so dead serious.
Well,
I hate it so bad. I hate it so bad. No, the national anthem is so hard.
Singing that, I'm not gonna lie, that's a long-winded song.
My hands shake every single time I perform.
Oh, really?
And it's just so frustrating. And I get off the stage, I'm could you tell that my hands were shaking? No, couldn't tell at all. And I'm I literally it stresses me out so much. I'm oh my god, don't shake your hands, don't shake your hands. And it's my voice doesn't shake.
But the rest of you is.
Literally just my hands. I'm holding the mic. I'm ooh, don't shake. I have to hold it with 2 hands. But I think yeah, like people don't notice stuff like that, or like, you know, you could go out and you could be like, oh, I feel like like my makeup's not good today, or my hair is not sitting right today, and people be like, you literally look fine.
It's perspective.
It is.
It's all about perspective. We see ourselves every day at the highs, lows, and in the middle.
100%.
So sometimes when we feel that we've had our peak moments, they didn't see us in that peak moment though.
People do not
So they
notice.
just think it's Tuesday and we thinking it's the worst day of our lives.
Literally. And like perspective is so like, I struggle a lot with that, and like other people's perception of me too.
Really?
And it's like, yeah.
I wouldn't even know that though.
No,
based
exactly.
on like, I'm around her so many times. I wouldn't even think she worries about stuff like that.
No,
though.
I do. Like I hate, like, oh my gosh, especially like in high school and like my first few years of college, like I would just hate like walking outside and feeling like people are looking at me and like formulating thoughts about who I am, or when I speak, like they
And
think,
isn't
like, they
she
know
so
me.
beautiful? Like, you imagine just looking like that and you're just like, why are people looking at me?
No, I would
Like-
I literally tell this to my mom all the time. I'm like, I'll be walking at school, people just like look at me. I'm like, what are you looking at? And I'm like, I like go crazy trying to feel like, do I have a booger? Like, what's going on? And she's like, they probably just think you're pretty. I'm like, whoa.
That was never a thought in her mind though. That's the crazy part. Like, that's what I'm saying
literally.
though. And my dad says I have the meanest looking, funkiest looking face when they come, because people would stare at me. I'd be like,
I will my face around campus is so like
the campus face is crazy.
It's scary. I like wouldn't come up to me. I would not come
I'm
up
sorry. Sometimes, especially with that Louisiana heat, I'm sorry.
Girl, the hills at UCLA, the hills.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that campus is too large.
Have you been? It's so bad.
It's so large.
It takes me 30 minutes to get to and from classes. Like genuinely.
That's actually a workout. I would wear nothing but active wear to class
so
every
bad.
day.
No, yeah.
It's no point.
I
We're doing a presentation. Cool. Let me go put on my leggings. I'm not putting
so
on no
bad.
suit. I'm not putting on no skirt.
No.
Forget the heels. It's not happening. Are you serious? Because my campus is like,
It's smaller.
it looks like a little tiny island
That's
compared
lovely.
to your.
That's lovely.
You would think that, but then when you got the heat with it, I'd be like,
I know. Oh, I can't even imagine.
I'd be so upset.
I can't stand the heat either. Like,
Bro, it's that heat that makes you mad. Like, it's why am I here?
I would be on
Y'all, I'm vlogging the moving.
Next fight.
Just know when I vlog the moving, don't DM me, y'all. I'm not doing well. I'm
not doing well. I'm not doing
I'm not doing well. I'm telling you now, I'm not.
I'm sorry, that's so real. Moving is so bad, for what? For what?
It's the fact that I live in an apartment and it's 3 stories and I'm on the 3rd floor with no stairs. I mean, with no elevator. So I be up there, lifting stuff up there.
Oh, let's say a prayer for Layla before she goes.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna have the biggest dump truck of 2024 when I get done with this year.
Like,
that's the only way I'm thinking of this.
Like, I complain about the hills, but like, I just know my calves gotta be.
Oh yeah, you can
popping at
kick
this
bricks.
point. Yeah.
You got this.
Like, come on.
I also wanted to ask you to get back into what steps have you taken to break into your individuality from your standard family life? Because I know that sometimes, like, when you are stepping into a new craft or something new that isn't necessarily common that you do in the family, it can be different.
Yeah.
So I want to know, did you have full support? If so, what steps did you take to kind of just become your own individual as an artist?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I feel like,
You know, I'm always trying to
no, that's a
dig
good one.
in there.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, it's so difficult when you want to do stuff like music or things like that, because, you know, on paper it doesn't make sense. Like, for artists, you pay so much money to just even release a song, and then the money that you get back from like streams and stuff is not that much in comparison to how much goes into it. So really, it's like,
It's a crapshoot.
yeah, it's like literally there's no point to it. Like, on paper, like you spend $2,000 on a song, you get like $200 for it after like
That's why
4 months.
I always respect all people
yeah.
who want to be independent and think
It's
of
hard out
ways
here,
to move
y'all.
around, because I feel like at
It's
this
hard.
point, luckily we have so much technology available to where you can create your own career without having someone interfere with your well-being financially as well. But I feel like when you're trying to explain to a family member something crazy, like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, no. It like doesn't make sense, and like telling my mom like how it works, like she's very like wary about, you know, who I work with and like, you know, not being scammed, because that's another thing
Oh
about
my
music.
gosh.
People will scam you so crazy. So crazy. And like I tend to like avoid things like that, like anything that looks shady, I stay away from. But I think like my mom has always known how much I love music and things like that. And you know, my brother has too, and you know, other relatives maybe don't know as much, but like Jordan's always singing, Jordan's always listening to music. And so,
But they didn't know the depth of your interest.
yeah, I think it's like, I always think to myself, like, people don't believe you until you like just go out and do it.
What can you say,
Yeah.
man? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. That's just.
They don't believe it. Like, and I don't think people like knew how seriously I took music, like literally until I released Odyssey. Like I feel like people still feel like I'm playing, but like no, I love
We about to show y'all real quick.
how to show.
We about to show y'all.
No, literally. So I think like they get it now, and they're supportive of me and what I want to do. But it's also like always in the back of your mind, like, are you going to be able to make a lifestyle off of this? And 9 times out of 10, it's no. But
I wouldn't even say that.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I've watched people grow in the span of years and short amount of years.
That's
and I mean,
exactly
it takes one song at this point because of the technology that we have to get started. It's about how you carry your business after the fact.
Exactly.
And I feel like you're well equipped and you know what you're gonna do and you have a plan. So I feel like the moment that you get that big lump sum finally
that's why
of somebody coming to you and offering you what you need, that's all it's gonna take.
And that's exactly
you're good.
it. Yeah, and you'll never know like when that's gonna come. You just kind of have to keep like pushing out art and pushing out your work and things like that, and just hoping something sticks. But also like thinking about it and being like, oh, I just wish that this song did more numbers, or I wish that like this video went viral. Like it will drive you crazy, and you'll start like trying to make content that you think will appease people, and then it's like it becomes disingenuous. And so I feel like my thing is just always being like as authentic as I can be and just having fun. Like I make music that I like to make.
And you do that so well. Like if you guys follow her on TikTok, she literally gives people the walkthrough of how she makes her music. Sometimes she goes live as she's writing. Like I watch all of that stuff. I'm sorry. A little bit of a stalker, but I genuinely love watching people create in all aspects. It doesn't matter if you do photography, videography, you write music, whatever it may be, podcasting. If you like to write movies, write books, I don't care. I'm into everything like that. And so watching you go through this process, I know that like sometimes you, like you say, you have to almost believe in yourself even when people are telling you the possibilities of how it can go wrong.
It's delusion, for real. Just be super delusional. Be so delusional. Like if I sing a song to myself, I'm not singing it to myself. I'm at Madison Square Garden singing this song. You gotta like think.
You gotta put yourself in that
think
space.
About it, yeah. And like Layla said, like I love watching like the process of things. Like I will just watch like hours and hours of just like Beyonce just like choreographing stuff or like rehearsing. I don't even watch the performance. I just watch like the behind the scenes. And I love it so much. I do it for like so many people and so many artists and so many different like types of art, like
to see the work behind the outcome.
It's so interesting to me, and I like seeing people's work ethic and like how they get over things that they might struggle with or like things like that in their creative process and how their minds work. And just trying to like hone all of that into like
I'm just finding out more and more that we like the same thing.
I know.
Because I do the same thing. Because like I'm not gonna lie, I hate track. I would never run track in my life. but I sat there and was watching documentaries on Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm sitting here watching stuff about Simone Biles. Why? Even when I cheered, I didn't tumble. So why?
I couldn't do cartwheel with a gun to my head. No cartwheel is coming out of me.
Bro, remember when we had cartwheel practice? That was so bad.
I used to have
that one singular cartwheel in
I used to have it. I don't have it no more.
Bro, we had to struggle and get this one sticking cartwheel. That's all we had to do. And it was just me and her. I don't know what it was.
Cartwheels are like, okay. Round-offs? No. Forward rolls?
I'll do that.
Backbends? Couldn't do a backbend for the longest time.
Oh no, I had to realize my whole fear was, what if I land on my head?
I did multiple times when I was learning how to do it. It's so bad. I had to learn it for a cheer competition, when I was doing Pop Warner, and I just literally kept falling on my head because I didn't trust myself. That's another lesson.
No, yeah.
Trust yourself or you'll fall on your head. That's real. That's real.
Alright guys, we're gonna put that one as the quote of the episode.
Yes.
Trust yourself or you're gonna fall on your head, guys. We gotta put that on the t-shirt.
We should, on the t-shirt with our princess tea party. The one that you're gonna sell.
Yeah,
there you
I'm
go.
telling you guys. Alright, so shirts on the way.
Shirts on the way.
Merch on the way.
Limited time only, but
yes,
you know.
with the Odyssey, we're gonna put the Odyssey scan on the back, so you scan it. Yep, the QR on the back. That's good promo. That's good promo right there. We just made a whole idea.
No, we did.
We definitely did. First and foremost, I want to thank you so much for coming and joining me for Unfiltered episode 3. What? This is not 3. This is the 3rd episode that I recorded in this house. Run it back.
Episode 4?
This is actually 5.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a big 5.
Big 5.
But anyways, let's run that back. I'm laughing so much because we're so funny. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm still on the cartwheel because the cartwheel was bad. We sat there.
No, we really do need a cheer reunion.
I think I'm gonna coordinate it. I gotta do it.
It has to be you.
Yeah.
It can't be nobody else.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for coming.
I can tell
guys, bro, this is so stressful.
Okay.
Oh my god. I just want to thank Jordan so much for coming on episode 5 of Unfiltered Conversations. This has been such a blessing to be able to take you in here because I'm telling y'all, she has been a part of my life, like I said, for so long, and I'm really trying to make sure that you guys are starting to see who I'm around because I'm telling you, I'm around nothing but talent all over the place, whether it be music, fashion, photography, videography, writers, journalists. I promise I have it all. And I want you guys to meet these wonderful people. Miss Jordan, I want you to plug yourself in. Let them know your Instagram handle, where they can find your music as well. And when can we possibly see another release of music, maybe?
Well, I can do the easy stuff first. Instagram is jordan.cierra. It's Sierra spelled Cierra. I don't know why, I asked my parents. TikTok is also jordan.cierra. I think it's the same way. But if you go on my Instagram, I have a link tree, so everything's in there. Jordan Cierra on Spotify, lowercase Jordan, lowercase Sierra, spelled the same way. And yeah, I'm also on YouTube, Jordan Cierra Music. So type that in. If you don't type that in, Jordan and Cierra, the couple comes up. You don't want to watch that. Watch me.
No, not at all.
Don't want to watch that. But yeah, as for new music, I mean, I have like 200 songs, so I can make like 40 albums. But yeah, I definitely want to release more music. I want to release other types of songs to kind of show people my range because I love like different genres and yeah, I'm definitely not a one-trick pony, so definitely want to show a little bit more of that. But yeah, I have some fun stuff coming up, so we'll see. Things are in the works.
I'm so excited to hear you guys because next episode I will be in Baton Rouge and we're gonna talk spirituality very soon, so I'm very excited for that. But this was Unfiltered episode 5 and I'm your host Lila Simone. Make sure that you guys follow me on Instagram at Lila Simone 2Es_. Same thing for TikTok as well. You can find this podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, so make sure that you stay on task because we have so much more coming. This was episode 5 of Unfiltered Conversations and I'm your host, Lila Simone.
Bye.
Bye.